By the
Go
way,
ahead.
I
Go
haven't
ahead.
shipped any of these out yet. And so far, only Patrick has actually sent me a request and nobody sent me an address. So
I
I,
sent
I,
you an email with my address.
I'll
I didn't
send
see
you
your
one.
address in there.
I'll send
I
you
saw
one.
your email where you asked for lots of them. And I thought I should at least give everybody else a chance to say, do I want one or not? But yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I
no,
got,
that's what I was saying is, get other people,
yeah.
because I have two of the connectors.
Yeah, oh, the boards are already soldered up with
Yeah.
cables because I had
Oh,
all the parts. I bought all the parts. You literally just plug it in place of Patrick's when he ships with it, and it works.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. I'll send you an email after the meeting.
Yeah, and I just
Send
need
you
a
that.
shipping address. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I've got
And
six. So depending on what the demand is, because I'm not likely to run any more, at least not for a while,
okay.
because I
yeah,
have all I need. But I've got
Well,
six, and they're free to anybody who wants them.
I'll have to send you an email as well.
Okay.
so- sounds like one each.
Yeah.
Well, we're at two. You got three people so far, so you're at two each.
Okay. Well, we'll go with that. No,
But
I
if anybody
appreciate
else
that.
wants one, yeah. I think Patrick, these should work with your SIO board as well, right? Because it has the same connector.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
well, Patrick will let you know real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it works in place of the current DB9 connector, so
Yeah, because I think I'm doing only DCE on the SIO. I'm not doing the DTE DCE.
yeah, that is so convenient, by the way. That is so convenient. Just to be able to move a plug and not search for yet another crossover cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
I've got almost all my stuff to DE9 connectors, but
Yeah.
I have so many adapters going from 25 to 9 on the back of the computers.
Yeah.
It seems like if I'm at like a thrift store, I'm still finding more DB25 cables. So that's where I'm
Uh,
thinking I got, and those are usually decent length.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, and for those of you who are interested, John posted the latest demo of his um, bus probe,
oh,
his
Logic
board,
analyzer.
his logic analyzer. Yeah, he's got a demo with four Picos in it. He
okay.
posted like yesterday.
John's basement. Gotcha. Okay. I
Yeah,
was trying
John's
to think of
basement.
which
Yeah,
John.
yeah, yeah. He
Okay.
dropped it yesterday, and he was talking about upgrading the Picos to uh, Pico 2s with Wi-Fi. And then you don't need to use USB cables anymore off it. And he's got an onboard regulator, so you can put a regulator on the board, so the S100 bus will power the whole thing. And then you can talk Wi-Fi to all of the Picos, so you don't need a bunch of cables because currently it needs a USB cable for each Pico going into the board.
Yeah. That's actually pretty smart.
It is pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Is it one Wi-Fi connection, or do you have to make 4 or 5 Wi-Fi
You'd have to
connections?
make five Wi-Fi connections.
Yeah.
It's yeah, four or five
But
is
the
different units.
software supports that. So the software you say, here's the master, and you see these other devices, here they are. So once you're connected in the software, it acts like one big device. It's pretty
Nice.
cool. And the demo he does shows how some of that stuff works. And it's his usual thing where he talks forever and ever and ever, and in the last 10 minutes of the video, he gives you a little demo.
Yeah, there you are.
But
Hey,
it's
Peter.
all useful information, which is why you just end up watching the whole thing. But anyway, it dropped like yesterday if anybody's interested in
Yeah, yeah.
seeing
I
where
got to
he's
catch
at.
up. I'm backlogged on a few of those. I've been meaning to catch up. So
Could you post the link?
I'd have to go find it, but I can probably find it and post it. I posted last week the one before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the
Oh,
third video in this series, I think?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's the third one. It's the first one where he's got a board mostly populated.
yeah,
It's good to keep putting links in the chat during the
Yeah,
Zoom because people don't always go back and search for things.
yeah. Yeah, what was it? Uh, I'll find it.
Patrick, you helped me on
There
this
we go.
board design.
Introducing business essentials from US Bank.
Shush,
With no monthly
shush.
maintenance discount.
Did I? Don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
This is you were helping me get the footprints.
Oh, that one. I do remember that one.
Yeah. See, so this is one built up. It only took JLC PCB like 4.5 days to go from the order to getting the thing delivered to my apartment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
They're
they're
quick.
fast.
They can be pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hey, Peter.
hey, Peter.
I mean, DHL had it the second
Hey, guys.
next morning, I guess. Yeah, so I haven't had a chance to test it yet, but I just got it assembled yesterday when I got these things here.
Cool. You have to let us know how it goes. Peter, you still traveling back from that from VCF East?
Oh no. I got back last night. Actually, yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm I'm just Sunday afternoon running errands. Here in the ShopRite parking lot. I figured I'd just jump onto the call and see
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Did you manage to get any of those images working yet? Those boot
No, but I'm probably going to try later today. As I mentioned in my last email, I
Yeah.
think there might be like a front panel issue.
I think so too, possibly as well.
Yeah, because I made a mod to the front panel to enable deposit and examine switches to work.
Right.
Right. Based on some input from I think the folks in the
Yeah.
S100 Google group, and that worked, and it worked great. But it does mess with some of the memory signals.
So, yeah, on top
Yeah.
of that, the disk one board itself
Yep.
pulls 70 and 20 to ground,
Right.
which are active signals. And I don't know if that'll interfere with the front panel because that uses it for memory protect and memory unprotect, I think.
Yeah. No, I took
And-
those are taped off. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I cut the trace on the disk board because that there wasn't any issue there. So
Right.
those are handled, but I'm thinking because of the DMA access that the disk one
Right.
uses, that the tie-ins to the front panel might
Yeah.
mess it up. So I'm going to reverse those. They're actually really kind of quick
Yeah.
and simple later today,
Or,
and
or you
try
could
that.
just unplug the front panel.
That's a thought too.
Just unplug the front panel and take it out of the equation. So all of you got is the CompuPro boards.
Yeah, but the thing's bolted all in. It's all
Oh,
screwed
okay.
in with everything. I'm not gonna all those spacers. I don't know if you've done an IMSAI, but they've got all those little nylon spacers between the various
I've got
layers
yeah.
of the board, and that's kind of a mess to plug.
Oh,
Yeah,
so this is doing it a real IMSAI, not a clone.
yeah, right.
Oh, okay. So that just adds to the
It's time
fun.
for one of those nine slot boards to be built.
I was looking for I was looking for a 4-slot or a 9-slot backplane at the VCF meet, because I
Yeah.
thought, what Joe's got in that little test setup is kind of slick. Now that I have almost 2 sets of everything, I got another CPU board, I got another COM board,
Yeah.
I've got a couple
Okay.
of memory boards. I could easily set up a second system for tests like that.
You can get the boards from Todd Goodman.
Yeah,
I don't know if you-
yeah. Todd
I
sells the
actually
9 slots.
I put the link in the chat
Yeah.
earlier
Oh,
to
okay.
his
All right.
thing. He's located up here in New Hampshire, but yeah,
Yeah.
you can get those. If you have a problem, let me know. I'll help you get in
Yeah.
touch.
Are they populated with the connectors?
No, you get to
Oh,
hunt
no.
around for connectors and do the 900.
Yeah.
If you do all 900 pins, and
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
then look for those solder join.
Todd sells bare boards. He doesn't sell
Yeah.
big boards.
Yeah.
Bare
Well,
boards.
that's why I was kind of hoping to just find one already
Yeah.
built.
I mean, and the problem is when you look on like eBay, the price for S100 backplanes is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's more per slot than if you just buy the connectors, buy the
That's
boards, do
true.
the soldering
That's
yourself.
true. Is it
So-
me, or has the prices on eBay for S100 stuff has like
Ridiculous.
skyrocketed in 6
Yeah.
months.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
This-
ridiculous right now.
I bought my IMSAI, although it needed a fair amount of work, but I mean it was a complete unit with the four boards, the CPU, memory, disk, and the serial board, and it listed for 2,000. I made an offer for 18, and the guy took it.
Mm.
So, and then I don't know, it was a couple hundred for shipping, but because I wanted to keep it all under 2 grand. But now you can't. There are
No.
guys selling empty card cages for 3 grand and
Yeah.
working systems
Yeah.
for 45, and that. I
Well,
mean,
they're
some guys are $500 a board for some of this stuff. It's crazy.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, they're offering at those prices. I'm not sure they're actually getting those.
That's true. They do seem to
Yeah.
repeat quite a bit. I see them
Yeah.
listed over and over again.
Guys?
Again, if you see something you like, I suggest you make them an offer behind, even if they don't have a offer
Yeah.
button. You go chat them and send them. I think Walter does that a lot too. Walt does it a lot.
Yeah, that's
but
what I was
do the
going to
same
say
thing.
is I
Yeah.
offer them 1/3 what they're asking for starting.
Well, yeah,
And most of the time I've gotten it.
Yeah, you're bargaining like they do in India. They hate you there.
Yeah.
maybe not that tough, but yeah. But I've had good luck chatting people for stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So
No, I started 1/3 because that's about the normal price a few years ago. So I give them about 1/3 the price, and most of the time they take it, because they're just trying to get rid of this stuff.
yeah, I had somebody. I offered them. It was a kind of different board, and I offered them something that that was maybe 2/3 of the price he was asking. There you are, Wall. He's flaunting it. 2/3 of the price, and he got insulted. If you can find one of these somewhere else and buy it for that price, okay. I ended up watching it. Then he blocked me from even bidding or contacting him. I somehow he got insulted,
Dang.
and okay, no big deal. But as I watched it, he kept lowering the price to literally within $20 of what I offered him, and I probably would have gone up to $20 at the time. But at that point, and then I thought I can have my brother buy it for me. And I don't want to deal with the guy. I at that point I said, wasn't that important?
Peter,
Yeah,
this is
Ah.
the very
Experience.
first backplane I built when I was going to build my Altair 8800C.
Yeah.
And then everybody on the S100 Google group told me, don't use all this active termination and stuff because that's going to make it harder for the computer to work. So I just,
That's a good point,
Yeah,
Walt. You don't need
I
to add
thought-
all that stuff.
yeah, well, I had bought a couple of these backplanes, so I just built up another one with just the edge connectors, and that's what I got in the machine.
Right.
But if you want this one, you can pay for the edge connectors and the board price and all the extra components you can have for free.
Bargain. I'll let you know, Walt.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I was telling Joe earlier this morning. I was at VCF East yesterday, and I bought up. I picked up a few things. A package of 8-inch floppy disks, even though I don't have a drive yet, but I couldn't resist. It was $10. It was $10 for the box, and it was unopened. And I got a little monitor, and I picked up a keyboard for free. But yeah, I saw this deck writer terminal. I mean, it was the whole terminal, and it said it worked, and it was $100. And I thought, oh man, I gotta.
Strapped to the roof, man.
I almost did, but I was like, oh God, it's up. I tried lifting it. It was like really heavy. I said, I can't do this. My wife would kill me if I showed up with this at the house.
No, she's kill you if you turned it on.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I asked them today. I said, if I missed it yesterday, if I came down with the truck, could I buy it? And they said I was already gone. So somebody picked it up. But anyway, we'll
Yeah.
not in the cards, as they say for today.
You'll come across something.
Yeah.
It really isn't. It really is thing. I think a lot of times you got to look at the different Craigslist and Facebooks and stuff too. You get somebody local because that's stuff. People don't want to ship that too far. The last one I picked up in Boston, which isn't too far of a drive for me. So and there's a lot of that kind of teletype stuff still floating around. Some other deck stuff I've been seeing. So.
Yeah, you just missed getting 8-inch drives. A guy emailed me just a couple weeks ago offered to trade me a VDM1 board, tested and working, for the two Shugart 800s that I had. And he paid for the shipping both ways for both things. So that was decent deal for me because it clears up a big section of a shelf for me. But
Yeah, I got a guy at work who's got two. He's got like four, and he was willing to sell me two. And I see him every now and then at lunchtime. So I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to I kind of wanted to get the Disc One board up and running with that floppy emulator first, just to verify that the board worked. And
Yeah.
then I was going to look at investing in the drives. If it all doesn't work and the Disc One is kind of an issue, well, it might work, but I got two choices. I can go with the Disc One and a system where the front panel doesn't work, or I can switch over to my CPU-A card and the 88-2SIO card I just put together, and maybe just invest in an FTC Plus card, and then I can run the system that way. Either way,
Yeah.
we'll see. I got plenty of stuff to do. And then talking about stuff, the other day I saw a card that I wanted on eBay, and I actually got this one pretty cheap, but one of the it's the QuickTime clock calendar board.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just a real-time clock.
Yeah.
I got that was one of my first embedded projects, was putting a real-time clock in some railroad electronics. So I'm kind of familiar. I thought, hey, I'll play with that. That sounds like it might be fun.
Yeah, I haven't seen much on the real time clocks. On the S100. I know I do have one of the boards. It's a CL something. I can't remember what it is, but I've never had a chance to really dig into it. I can't remember the model number. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's I want to learn a little bit about 8080 interrupts and interrupt control, and the board lets you set up timer based interrupts. Although, from what I'm reading, you need a interrupt controller card to I guess handle and vector those interrupts based on the interrupt structure of the 8080. But another place I was reading said, well, if you don't have that, you can kind of go with blind luck. And when the interrupt happens, the 8080 may just put all FFs on the bus, and then it just goes to the reset 7 vector, and then you
Yep.
can put your code there. So I might fool around with that, see what happens.
It sounds good.
Yeah, managing interrupts is fun. Yeah.
well,
I learned
a handful of us worked on this board, and this is the Cytronics real-time clock board. So the Gerber files for this is on my website. There was
Is that the one you have, Joe?
No, I can't. I'd have to go and look and see if I can find the thing. It was just something on eBay picked up, probably relatively cheap. It just happened that every now and then you get those boards out there. They're sitting there. There's like 2 minutes left on it, and nobody's bid. And you kind of look at it. It's like, well, it's got all the chips. The first thing you look, and the other thing you have to look is because I do have a board that I bought like that has 100 pins across the bottom. I think the guy said S100, but it isn't an S100 board because it has no regulators or anything on it. It's a little short. It's a short S100 pin board. But so I mean, I'll look and see if I can find out.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's been boards popping up where they say it's S100, and they're standard bus boards and multi-bus boards, but they label it as an S100. So you got to really look.
Yeah, the labeling on eBay is terrible. These people do not know what they're selling.
Yeah, well, that's like
true.
that board
That's
I
true.
bought for like $15 that had the 4 UARTs on it, and that it was labeled as an S100 board, and it's only got like what was it, 44 pins, something like that on the edge connector.
Yeah.
They're just
Does
trying.
anybody know what the issues between the Disc One versus the Disc 1A? If you Google it, they say the 1A has improved or changed some, improved the reliability. I've got a couple of Disc Ones, but anybody know what that?
I've only got Disc 1As.
Ah,
Maybe
Uh,
that's why yours works and mine doesn't.
uh, yeah, well, not all of my, I mean, only one of my Disc 1As is, I got three of them, and one I know has got something wrong with it. It just suddenly stopped working. And the other one, I bought and I haven't tested yet. So, and then there's one in my Pascal system.
Peter, the board I have is a CompTech CL 2400 real-time clock board, version 3.
Hmm.
It looks like I paid 40 or 50 bucks for it at the time. So I don't know if that was good or bad. It could literally be garbage for all I know.
You haven't tested it?
No. Well, this is one of those things. Sometimes it pick up. I think I've told you this before. I'll pick up something to put aside and get back to, hoping that when I do get to retirement, I'll have the time. But the guys this morning told me that's not going to happen. Tim was pretty strong about that,
Yeah.
saying when I get to retirement, and I think it was Terry as well. So that's the same.
Yeah. You'll have more time to look, and therefore you'll discover even more than you do now.
You end up putting more and more stuff on top of the stack.
Yep.
Never off.
Yeah,
God,
believe
help
them. I've got like 20 different projects I'm working on. And I do a little bit here and a little bit there, and
Yeah.
keeps you busy.
Yeah, and
Hey,
it's a
Mike, how you doing, bud?
and it's a FIFO stack too. So anytime your wife makes you do something, that just pushes up your hobby stuff further
Oh
onto,
yeah,
It actually
onto the stack.
overwrites your stack. It doesn't even add to it. It overwrites your stack.
It's an interrupt.
yes,
Like,
interrupt. There you are.
Interrupt.
That's it.
Priority
Very
one interrupt vector.
priority one vectored
God.
interrupt. Yep.
my only interrupts is Poncho.
Oh, there you are.
Ay, ay, ay.
Uh,
Yeah, I used a few of my emotional tokens just going down to VCF East yesterday. That was, although I didn't stay as long as I thought I would. I thought I'd be there all day. This is going to be great. I'm going to see all this stuff, but it turned out it was really interesting. But yeah, it wasn't as big a deal as I had thought. So I was telling Joe, there's so many different areas of interest, I'll
Mhm.
say, that
Yeah.
it was cool. I mean, I had no idea there were so many
Oh yeah.
computers out there, but seeing them all, I started ticking them off in my head. Oh yeah, I remember
Mhm.
that ad. Oh yeah,
Yep.
Timex Sinclair. I kind of remember that blipping onto the horizon for a while.
yeah.
And then there's all the Ataris, and I sent Joe a picture of a couple of Tandy or a TRS 83 Model 3s that were there, and and then all the new guys making stuff for the old stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I ran into Jeff Gallinat there. He had a little. He's in the S100 group. He had
Yep.
a little booth selling stuff. I bought a couple of 6116 memory chips. Yeah, but other than that, it was just really interesting. The consignment section was kind of the cool thing because there was just so much junk there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just it was just fun to look at. I mean, everything from really crazy HP test equipment for like $100 to there was even some gas powered RC cars there. I was like,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Looks like
Okay.
Terry's got his rig set
Yeah,
up there.
Terry, you want to speak about what you're doing?
Well, this is just I got this stuff down, put it all together from last week. I found I did have an 1/8 inch 12 by 12 by 18 piece of sheet aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a typical SE 800,
Right.
and there's the stepper motor that I showed
Nice
last
and
week,
clean.
hooked up to the tail of the other stepper motor. I don't have it wired up yet. Maybe by next meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got several different kinds of controllers,
Right.
and
Is
I got some stepper motor stuff and controllers back from when I was doing the controlling that ham
mm-hmm.
uh,
The
whatever it's
antenna.
called.
The
Yeah, the
antenna.
antenna. So I need to find all my old software.
Is an 1/8 inch thick plate going to be stiff enough to keep getting?
Probably not. That's why I was looking for a stiffer
You
one. But this,
you could consider putting some like angle iron or something like 1 inch angle
yeah,
around the edges on the bottom, maybe riveted on there, That would add you a lot of stiffness.
Yeah,
What
that's
ab- what about putting a 1 inch piece of like MDF or something
Oh, that's a
solid,
good point.
thick,
And screw it
and
down
just
to it.
screw it down
yeah.
to that, and that might give you enough stiffness along with
The
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 metal.
the
Yeah,
downside of that is you wouldn't be able to screw things in from the bottom.
Ah, yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
but the MDF is too soft. That'll,
Oh, again, I was just thinking something
Yeah,
flat. I
Yeah.
use MDF as a surface because it's very
right,
flat.
right.
Well,
You
I was
always want.
thinking just finding a 1/4 inch piece of um
Yeah.
what about a ceramic tile? Can't you get
Eh,
those 2 foot by 2 foot ceramic tiles at your local hardware store?
yeah, they're hard to drill without breaking.
yeah.
Cracking them, yeah.
Oh, no, no, no. There's a trick to drilling those things. There's actually a good video on YouTube on how to drill through ceramic holes into ceramic tiles.
I've
And
actually got some ceramic tiles down in the garage. But I don't know, that sounds like too much work.
Yeah, no new tricks. I want my old tricks.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
But
well,
anyway,
with the ceramic tile, though, if everything's bolted to that, it's not going to expand and contract like the metal
Right.
will with temperature changes.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna want to bend like a bimetal thermostat or something.
There you go.
so anyway, I just thought I'd
Yeah,
share that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Good
Looks
progress.
cool.
I've been
Yeah.
digging for that article for you, Terry. It's hard to find.
Yeah, I haven't found it. I've looked this whole last week when I wasn't looking for these parts. I was looking through all my various computers because I'm sure I saved the link somewhere, but can't find it.
Try using some of the AIs as a search engine.
Oh
If you
yeah,
got,
no, I've
if you
really
got
been.
well, you need the keywords from that article, and you
Yeah,
put
right.
them in.
That's the
Then it
ticket.
can,
Well, if I had the article, I wouldn't need the keyword.
That's the thing.
yeah.
That's why I was asking Terry, was there a laser involved? Do you remember anything? But
There was a laser. It was built on top of a laser table.
so there
And
was
it
a
was,
laser table involved, no laser.
yeah, no laser, but a laser table or laser bench. That's another problem. You got so many different terms for the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's usually like a granite or marble table.
I still think it was either Berkeley or Stanford, but I've done searches for both under Berkeley or Stanford or
Got a nice slate pool table in your house?
no.
Done that.
There you go. Just bolt it down to your pool table. It's not
Even
like
if
you
it
play
isn't
pool.
nice, it's probably better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it was, and I don't know that I really absolutely need the article because I'm already a good part there, just with what I've built and what I've done. But
You've done enough that I wouldn't necessarily want to bias it with something at this point.
yeah,
I mean, that's the issue I run into over the years is you put yourself into a box at that point
yeah,
without knowing it. Whereas if you struggle and mistake and do your own, suddenly you realize, wait a minute, I figured out something new
yeah,
that they didn't know before. So yeah, I'd keep stumbling like you are now. Well, if you're stumbling, it looks pretty good to me.
yep, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out if there was an easy way to make it to where you could rotate the angle um, of the stepper motor shaft
Yeah.
within the frame, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet, and make it solenoid or
Controllable.
stepper
Yeah.
motor controlled. Yeah,
Yeah. I haven't ever adjusted azimuth on one of those drives. I know you can loosen them and do that,
yeah.
but I've never actually done it because it's always good enough. So I haven't bothered with that one.
That's the other thing. I found my videos when I was doing. Oh, come on, computer. Now what? All of a sudden, my computer's not working. Oh, that's right. It's Windows. Um, I found my videos and I sent just a test video to Walt, and he can read it fine. So I just got a couple USB sticks that are 64 gigs. So, and it takes 32 gigs. The videos are all roughly 32 gigabytes total. So I can send Walt the video, but here's what one of the videos looks like. Let's see. Turn on the sound. Okay, now hit play. Now hit play. Okay, so I chose a bad one. Welcome to the TF. Oh, God.
Oh man,
I love it.
Welcome.
I see that's the H89 in front, isn't it?
H19.
H9, no, just the terminal. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
thought it was a
built one of
floppy
those in
drive.
college. Oh, it
Oh,
looks
did
like it
you?
had a drive on it, or is that just plastic?
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd drive. That's why I thought it was an 89.
No, it's just plastic. It's
Mine
a
had like a
plastic cover.
nameplate there.
And welcome to the Fox Labs Diner. Tonight, for your dining, we will begin with soup de scope, followed by tools du jour, and then the main course, which is sugar à poivre. And then we have a fine dessert that we hope you will enjoy, and that's alignment and fox disc. Thank you very
You
much.
have got to put these up on YouTube.
Yeah, I might have to put some comedy in my videos. Problem is, I'm not capable.
This is
You may
about
go.
French.
You may
This
go
was-
viral for the laughs.
Yeah.
I think this was back in 2020, and the Altair that's driving it is back over here. I actually put a switch for the fan on the inside the Altair, so I can turn it off so it doesn't make quite as much noise.
Yeah, I have that problem in all my videos. Is I show it all open and then I show it closed so that I can get monitors and everything in position for the video. But then it's gonna heat up quick, so I have to make sure the actual tape goes smoothly at that point. Because I always run mine just open.
Yeah.
You know, I hate the fans in them all.
Yeah. After fan amplitude test. Okay. What's this? I like to run the operating system on drive A and any drive I'm testing in drive B. That way I don't accidentally wipe out my boot drive or my boot floppy or whatever. So that's what I've got here. We loaded the test work disk in drive B. Our boot disk is on A, and we're ready to go for our first alignment procedure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load a program called TFEXER. Now, in order to run this, I have modified TFEXER to actually record 2 Fs according to the alignment procedure. And you'll notice this is the boot floppy. I've got a couple of things. I've got TFEXER and TFEXER2F. So I'm going to load TFEXER. Okay.
I didn't remember you doing it that long ago, Patrick. Time flies.
To drive a Tarbell single density controller card. The thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit D space 1 to go to drive 1. So we're on 1. I'm going to go to track 75, I believe it is, which is the, oops. I'm going to go to track 75. So I'm going to skip to track 75. And yes, I know it's not skip. Come on. You can do it. Get that carriage return. Whoop.
Oh, that is it.
So anyway, that's the kind of stuff I've got. Walt, you're gonna have
awesome,
a lot of
man.
editing to do because I just talk and talk and talk and talk. But I all the various tests in the ShoeGuard thing except for maybe one. Now we're going to do the head radial alignment procedure.
Are the videos numbered in order of?
No. Now we're going to do the. No,
Does the
but
water matter?
what I did was well, I did label some of them on what they were supposedly. I guess I could go back and relabel them again. As you can see, this says after fan, radial align check prep 1. So that gives me a little clue as to what it is.
Yeah, if you have a name, but also number them 1, 2, 3, 4 as the first letter of the names of the files, so that at least I got an order of how all the tests are going to end up in the final video.
Okay. Yeah, and after I spent a week looking for my 3-ring binder, I suddenly discovered that I didn't have it in a 3-ring binder. I had all of it just in a file folder. So I found that stuff, and I've got some notes in there on this as well. But anyway, that's the setup, and you can see I've got the scope probes. Oh, there it is. The 2 scope probes on the 1 and 2, the test points 1 and 2, and then there's a trigger point for the scope. And I used an old analog scope, but I also had a digital scope for some of it. The only thing some people say you don't want to use an analog scope, but I found if you use a digital scope, you get a lot of aliasing. So you're not always looking at the right signal. So anyway, that's just a little bit of what I found. So it was a very productive week, and not somewhat frustrating.
But Terry, these are the videos showing the alignment procedure with your rig.
So either of those two. Yeah. And I go through, like I said, a whole bunch of the alignment procedures. So I do this, I think, is the stop alignment. And I stopped doing it because quite frankly, I didn't think anybody would be interested anymore. Amplitude check.
Because I've never done alignment, are these usually done in order, or can they be randomly? You can choose random ones throughout the list.
You want to do them in order.
Okay.
ShoeGuard.
One affects the other. It's not unusual to have to circle through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
ShoeGuard has a whole alignment. Okay, welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Yes, and Emerson, Lake and Palmer aficionado even back then. I think this one is amplitude check. Good. I've got several, Walt, that say amplitude check bad. And this is actually a video, a monitor that's showing me what the camera was looking at, so I could kind of see what I was doing.
Sounds like a head bang right there. What was that?
What's that?
It sounded like a head hitting the stop over and over. Was that in the video? That buzz?
No, that's probably just me moving it around. Anyway, this changed. I changed everything around because there's the the Altair 8800B turnkey, and the 2 scopes, the H19 and alcohol, because
that's all part of the alignment.
Yes. I had
it looks aligned.
I had a few head clogs, I'll put it that way. So anyway, I don't know. Do these look like they're worth spending a lot of time playing with, or has the life moved on?
I'm definitely interested.
I think it's a good educational video for anybody that has an 8-inch drive.
Yeah.
If you, especially if you can make alignment discs again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a dud align? Oh, drive under. No.
Terry, did you see the bottom of that thing I got from ChatGTP? It said it had a link to somebody else that showed you how to do I forget if it was to make an alignment disc or to do an alignment on a drive.
Yeah, I did see that, and I saved. Matter of fact, that email is open somewhere here still because I keep meaning to print it out.
For anybody who wants to use real drives, the Shugart 800 is probably the most maintainable drive you're going to find, even in 5 1/4. Now, when you get to the half height 5 1/4, like that, just throw them away and grab another one.
Yeah.
On the full height Shugart, I mean, there's a really good chance you can get that running. What I'd really like to see is a good power supply solution for them because I'm out of the nice power ones. I have one more that I could fix, but I can't describe it. To fix the part requires me to remove the main power transistors, which requires you to unsolder screws. And this is the nice Power One brand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's really nice made. I don't know how I'm gonna get that much heat and remove screws at the same time.
Somebody else on the S100 group. Somebody else on the S100 group was sent a link. I thought about a power supply that did +5 and +24.
Yeah, it was a Meanwell.
Need
Yeah.
-5 as well, or -12.
Yeah, I saw that link as well. That link, they listed a Meanwell for powering.
Yeah, I've never found
8-inch
anything that
drives.
could do the TTL shoe guards, which need -5 or -12 as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I used in my rack
shoe
behind me.
guards, yeah, they don't need the negative.
Yeah, you'll
I
need
used a
two of the
couple of those
Meanwells to get
Meanwells.
all the
No, I can put
voltages.
something together. It's just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
Here's where you
Yeah.
rotate. You you loosen these two screws, and then you rotate the
yeah, it's for radial alignment.
for radial alignment. Actually, you loosen these 3 screws, and I go through that procedure. I even I don't know if I have it here, but I even went through. There was an alignment for the what do you call it, the front panel or the front piece where you you bolt a little round thing in it. Let's see if I can find where it was. And I don't see it, but there's you use a little round thing, and right here for the front panel alignment.
Oh, okay.
And I made I 3D printed a little thing that goes right into there and screws down.
So what does it align?
It aligns the.
Or is that when you're reassembling it? If you took the carriage and stuff apart, I vaguely remember.
Yeah. If I remember, it aligns. I think this assembly.
Oh, on the front of the chassis.
This whole thing.
Okay.
To the frame.
Yeah, because if you actually take out the stepper motor, I think it has to mount into that frame that you were just pointing to.
Yeah.
On the other side of the spindle. Yeah, I remember thinking, okay, I'm not going to mess with that.
Well, I did it. I 3D printed the test jig, or the jig that did it, and I actually found that that's on my WB4JFI website. But anyway, there were 1 or 2 things I couldn't do. Like, I think aligning this required a jig, and I have never found the jig or the.
Mean setting the force or aligning?
I don't remember. Again, it's been 6 years since I messed with this, but there was something with this assembly, either this assembly or how far down it went or something that you had in the alignment procedure. You had to adjust, and it used a jig, and I never was able to find a jig for it.
Yeah, because I can see the screw there. The single screw is in a slot, so obviously there's some room for adjustment. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I just always kind of eyeball that. I push it down and I move the head full distance one end to the other and make sure it's not scraping while it moves,
Yeah.
lifts it enough. And then that spring attachment point depends on whether it's on its side or whether it's on its back.
Right. Right. So anyway, that's as far as I got. So if you get the manual, the alignment manual or the test manual, whatever it's called, from Shugart, I did almost all of the um, alignments or adjustments. I keep saying alignment. I should say adjustment.
Guys, what was the voltages we were looking for again? Plus 5,
Minus
Plus 5,
minus
plus
5.
24.
For
Wait,
all of the 800s, new or old.
so
And
okay,
then
say
the
that again. I'm
older
sorry.
ones, the TTLs need -5 or -12.
So
Okay.
okay,
In fact,
so I
anything
came
that's
across
75 negative, 7905 can regulate.
Right.
okay, I came across a power supply back a bit, and I think I might even bought one somewhere along the way. Weir WEIR HSS 100, and this one had plus 5, -5, plus 12, -12, and 24 volt.
Wow.
You have to go look at
Uh,
the current requirements. Obviously, the
that
24 is
I
very
can't tell
high.
you.
The
Yeah,
5 is fairly high. The -5 isn't much at all.
Right.
yeah.
No.
I don't know what this was putting out, but it was called a Weir WEIR HSS 100 power supply. I actually could. It's not. There's one up on eBay.
Mm.
You know, I could probably
But
share the
if
window if
there's
you
a
really had an
demand for
interest.
those power supplies for the Shugarts, maybe there's a demand to do a reproduction power supply.
If you want to have fun, you could always buy one of Jeff's modern power supplies because he supplies everything, including the 24
Oh yeah,
volts.
that's right. Yeah, Jeff Wilson's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he uses the ATX power supply,
That's probably
and
a lot cheaper too.
oh, okay.
Well, and
So
yet a
anyway,
lot of your cabinets will have at least 2 drives in them. So it's very common to have a 2-drive cabinet.
Hmm.
If you want to
yeah.
scale all this for 2 drives. Um, most default configurations will leave both 24-volt supplies on at the same time because it keeps the head low. I mean, it keeps the carriage from moving when the other drive is vibrating. Uses a lot more power though. But if you had switchers, you probably don't care.
Right.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you leave those coils energized, they don't go anywhere when the other drive's banging around. Otherwise, you come back, your software says, I'm still on track 17, but by then I mean, as
vibrated
soon as it
over to 60.
re-energizes the stepper, it's going to lock back. But if it happened to trip past the point where now it locks back a quarter step behind, then although the shoe guards were full steps,
Yeah.
1 track per step. So that's probably pretty hard for those to vibrate off when it re-energizes.
Yeah.
No, you can
That,
definitely do it with 2 power supply. Well, of course, 3, but you probably do it with a pretty common 2 supply. Yeah, I haven't dug into it hard because I still have mine working, but I'd like one more. And I've had this other one to fix that takes the major desoldering, and it's like it's been sitting around ready for me to do for a good 3 years. So
Yeah.
it doesn't bode well that it's going to get done.
That sounds like you'd need a, pretty hefty soldering iron as well if you've got screws that
Well,
are
2
soldered down.
people, a hefty solder. I have to go look at it again. All I remember is I just cannot. This was not meant to be serviced. Nobody
Right.
thought this part would go out.
Right. You want one of those big Weller gun soldering irons so you can
Yeah.
use to repair bridges.
So yeah, I mean, basically, it's the mounting and the heat sink with the chassis and the power
Oh.
transistor are all clamped together.
sounds like a good job for a torch.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
I just put a link in the chat to the Meanwell supplies that I used for my rack mount drives here. It's only the plus 24 and plus 5, but it does about 5 amps on each one, so it's good for a pair of drives. So if you need the -5, you have to add it. You know, I in the one case I added another little Meanwell -5 supply, but like a little 10 or 15 watt supply. But that supply works good for driving 2 drives at a time.
Is that for those half heights there?
Yeah. For the half heights, I use the they don't need the -5. And the Shugarts, I just have the extra -5 supply. So I've got 3 of them in this rack behind me. I've got 3 of those power supplies for the 3 pairs of drives.
No, I've never even dug into it. All I knew is I wouldn't just grab one nice little box off the shelf. I knew I was going to have to put a couple things together and mount them on something. Well, I mean, it's no big deal, but yeah, I just have never done it. I always had visions of fixing this other. I've sold two or three of them over the years. Now I'm kind of wishing I hadn't. They used to pop up on eBay periodically, but I haven't looked in a while. But yeah, that Power One supply is a really nice supply. It's pretty common for these.
Yeah, I have on my IMSAI, I have 3 drives, and I've got 2 of those Power One supplies in the aluminum cabinet, aluminum frame underneath it, aluminum chassis.
Oh, completely enclosed.
Well, not really. Oh yeah, the power supply is.
Hmm. Okay.
Of course, that's back from the 70s.
Well, that's the longest silent period I've ever heard on this.
Oh, yeah.
I figured I've talked enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, everything I'm still doing is not specifically Altair S100, so it takes a long time to truly wrap up projects. Well, the good news is more information keeps coming. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah, there you go.
this was misunderstood, or we can further explain this finally, but anyway, no, I haven't gotten back to a lot of this stuff in a while. I need to get back to some of the 6809 stuff I was working on too that was behind me in the first few meetings.
Mm.
All sorts of things pop up.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And you're not retired yet, so it hasn't really started
No,
piling
and it's
on.
busy season, and yeah, it's too much going on.
Yeah, you missed the discussion earlier as how the pile grows faster when you're retired and you got more time to look for new things to play with.
Yeah, you just don't clean them out, huh? Don't fix them.
Right. Yep, the pile just gets bigger. Oh well. Oh well.
So Frederick is making an actual 1771 based, well, 2797 based floppy disk controller for the Altair 680.
Yeah.
So the Altair will finally have an actual floppy disk controller if ever anybody ever does a 680. I think I convinced him what he needs to do is put the Altair cassette on it as well. There's a lot of free space, and he just threw a serial port on it, or don't know what to do. But I said, right now you've got everything that a 680 could have done back in the day, plus some new stuff. One of the biggest shortcomings, of course, was a floppy disk controller, and now you've done a standard 1771 compatible, which would be good for flex for the CPM of 6800. But one thing you can't do is somebody who wanted to use cassette of the day. That's really the only piece that Altair had that you don't have yet. So I suggested he should put that on something. So yeah, in the end, I think he's going to have a single board that's cassette or floppy. So a mass storage board. Anything besides paper tape, what could you do? So anyway, that would round that whole thing out.
Cool.
You need to make one of those virtual floppy boards for the 680. One of your boards that you can use one of these things.
Oh, Patrick's board.
Yeah, no, you already can through a serial port, and it's full speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I actually did a video of that with the original UIO from Altair. With an A part, you can run at 38.4, the original part, and that's basically as fast as a real disk drive is on that machine. And you can use it with Patrick's thing or with a PC-based one. And if you put a B part in there, no. I put it in my video. I think 38.4 is it no matter what, because then the 500 kilohertz processor is too slow. Now, he bumped it up to a meg, which he's had success with his version of the 680. If you up to a megahertz, then yeah, you could go up to 57.6 or 76.8. And then it's actually faster than the disk drive. Well,
Wow,
part of
Todd.
that's because the disk drivers weren't written as efficiently as they could
Right.
be.
Todd, you're mixing old and new there. Wow.
Yeah, that's my power supply for the for my rack back here.
Or,
I've got
or
I've got the big linear supply in the middle is the original linear supply that was on the CompuPro
Yeah.
21 slot system I've got on the bottom. And then I've got 3 of those supplies I sent the links to from
Right.
Amazon. And then the little one's a minus 5-volt supply there.
Just Windows 11, you can't just right click and choose preview anymore like you could in 7 and stuff.
Oh,
I'm so glad to see the back of Windows.
yeah, me too.
Well, that's a lot of power supply. My goodness.
Yeah, and then of course the IMSAI has its own switching power supplies as well as the Altair, so they're all independent. And then I've got a big power switch across power bus across the back where I can switch them all if I need to.
All the nice spiral wrap and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's the rest of that stuff? Cat hair?
That's my dog's bed. I was working on the floor, so I was using my dog's bed to kneel on because my knees don't work so well anymore.
Damn.
But yeah, I've got and then there's switches on the front. There's AC switches for each one of them on the front. So that's what some of those cables going off to the front are just for power switches, which of course are illuminated. So they also have a power going out to the front switch to illuminate it when they're turned on and off. So that's half the wiring, and the rest of the cables go up. Of course, the AC wires or drives come off for the Stuttgarts, and then the Tannins don't need AC, so they just get the DC connections.
And my ICOM dual 8-inch PerTech drive has a beautiful flat toggle power switch that has an incandescent light in it that comes on. But invariably, I have to just thump it with my finger before the light turns on. Oh. But it reliably turns on as soon as I thunk it. One day I got to take that all apart again and figure out what minor connection is wrong. Because I took it apart before and it's okay, got it fixed, put it back together, did the same thing.
That's one of those anti-AI switches.
Yeah.
So you have to have presence in order to make it turn it on.
Got to fight the technology somehow.
Yeah.
No, that particular PerTech cabinet has been insanely reliable compared to the Altair PerTech that had those DC motors. Those DC motors were just terrible. The FD360 used the AC motor like a shoe guard does.
Right.
Well, but they're noisy. They had a static dissipator, little metal clip that touched the flywheel the entire time.
Oh.
It's a constant ringing, chinging sound. But I mean, I guess that's other ones have just something really tiny built into the hub or none at all. But
oh, wonderful. I think it's looking like we're starting to run out of things here.
All right, well, I'll cue that up. Excuse to let me go get some more.
I'm just trying to route your SIO board, and this thing is
awesome,
crazy complicated. It's amazing how much more traces you need to have separate IO addressing for 2 different ports.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, those of you who wanted these, remember, send me your address and I'll get them off this week. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Okay, Tim. Yeah, I need to find your email, but I'll find it.
Yeah, I got it somewhere.
But, yeah, if you send me your addresses, I'll get those in the mail this week.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, good seeing y'all.
All right, all.
Mike, I will call you this week for that. I forgot to get to it last week for that teletype adapter. I got the KSR all set up and bundled up today, so I'm going to be moving on to the ASR. So I'll need another one of those RS-232 things.
That'll work. I'm getting low on those and the virtual sector generators, and it's always like do I bother doing another batch? Because it might take 15 years to sell the next batch.
Okay, maybe I should order one of each then, because I think I have another need for. I have a few other systems that
I'm
might
down to
need
like
that.
2 of the VSGs.
Yeah, okay,
And
okay,
those will just not sell for a long time. And then all of a sudden,
yeah.
yeah, I thought I'd never run the teletype things again. And then all of a sudden it picked back up too. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
Again, it worked like a dream, man. Just plugged in it's been working. That's been working great, and I got everything else working great on it. So I'm really happy
Well,
with it, and
obviously
just
they
keep
ran it
going
up
up.
to that P2 connector. So teletype envisioned people using that for connection, but everybody always went to the terminal strip for as long as I can remember back into the 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess nobody
yeah,
wanted to bother making the Molex connector.
yeah.
They
Again,
got sure worked nice for this.
so okay. Yeah, everyone have a great week,
Yep.
and we'll see you guys next weekend.
See ya.
See
All right.
Take
See you next
care.
weekend. Bye, guys.